Hello, Mike here, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing cookies. And yes, it's not these type of cookies that you can eat and that look so delicious, but I'm more interested in the cookies that get downloaded onto your phone or computer when you visit a website. So I'll give you an example. So let's click into this Wear OS website, which is Android Police. So Android Police are asking if I will reject all or accept all. We value your privacy. Okay. And it's all about cookies. So here we go at the bottom here. You can show, please note that you may need to scroll down to access it. Cookies, IDs, browser data. So they want to download a cookie to my phone and they want me to accept or reject. Okay. So, well, what is a cookie? A cookie is basically a text file that will download onto the phone and it contains my personal information. So things like browsing habits or interests, behavior, how I click on certain things with my mouse or use my finger on the screen on my phone, my IP address. It could contain telephone number or an email address. It could even contain a password. In fact, there's 101 different things that can get collected in a cookie file. So that's fine to an extent, but what happens if your cookies end up in the wrong hands, like in bad actors, say a hacker or somebody that steals your phone and now has your cookie data that's sitting on your phone? What what can they do with that personal information that exists in a text file? It's not even an encrypted file, it's just a basic text file. So that's the problem here. The next problem is, of course, if you look at the screen here, it says there are 1,596 partners that Android Police will share your cookie file with. Now that's just insane. So never ever accept all. At the very best, you should be going in and understanding what you are accepting. So for example, I've gone into purposes and you can see here, store or access information on a device. It's by default is off and it should stay off. You would never ever switch that on. Why would you? If you go into the detail, it'll tell you what it's tracking. Login based identifier, randomly assigned identifiers, network based identifiers. I mean, that doesn't really mean anything to anyone. What are identifiers? Unless you know what that is, why would you ever turn this on? But look at this, 705 vendors request consent. Well, sorry, you're not getting consent. Doesn't matter who you are. And I mean, who are all these people? Who's media.net advertising, some advertising company? InSkin Media, no idea who they are. Why would you trust your data with people like this? Unless you know all these people, just don't do it. Let me just go back up to the top because I selected purpose and this one. 705. But here are some legitimate interests. Well, who's to say that that's legitimate or not? I didn't say so, so I'm going to turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. And then you start going down a rabbit hole of how many am I going to have to turn off? Do you have the time and effort to even worry about going through all of this? Now, most people don't, and that's why they accept all, because they couldn't be bothered to actually go through all these different options. And look at these ones, special purposes. They don't even have a little radio button or a switch that you can turn stuff on and off. So yeah, it's just dodgy, 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 dodgy. You don't want to be accepting any of this. So even a save and an exit at this point is not worth it. Now, what are these partners? So these are the 1,596 partners that Android Police want to share your cookie file with. So Amazon, of course, anybody, and look how many there are. And I'm scrolling. I've got fast scroll on my mouse, and look how many there are, and they're all off for some odd reason. Now, isn't that a red flag in its own right? They're off. They should be on. I mean, if you did accept all, these would all be off because by default they are off. So just keep scrolling. Let's just see what we can see. They're all off. So you would think that, but look here. There are actually some that are on. Even though most of them are off, these ones are on. And again, how many are you going to have to click through now? No one has the time. So frankly, don't waste your time with a website like this. Don't accept, don't save, don't reject all because it doesn't work. Just quit out of the browser completely. That article is not worth your time because there's too much personal information that's going to be taken. Let's look for a couple, one more. Fastest lap. Let's have a look at this. Oh, well, this is a video. Here we go. The Motley Fool. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, they've also got one, except their one almost looks like they haven't designed their website properly because it looks like it's for a website and not for a mobile. So I wouldn't even bother with that. I'm not even going to go into it. It's too much effort. Is this a good recommendation? No. Outdated. Yeah. Let's pick one more. Crash.net. Same story. You get the same type of options. What is this talking about? This is also to do with cookies. 465 partners. No, I'm not accepting. I'm going to go into the options. Now, this is a typical one that you see on a regular basis. So you'll have your save and exit at the bottom after you've made some changes, a reject all and an accept all. But here's the thing. Have a look at all the other tabs that are available. So yes, under purpose, there's user consent and there's legitimate interest. So now the user consent was off. Okay. These ones under special purpose don't have a button to turn on and off. So I don't know. I'm not really keen on accepting. Oh, look, 309 vendors will automatically get your data because you don't have a choice to turn this off. On this one, 303 vendors. On this one, save and communicate privacy choices, 222 vendors. No, so that's ridiculous. Go into features. What do we have under features? Again, no button to turn on and off, and these are all the people. So that straight away is a red flag. I'm not going to even look. Site vendors. Well, these are all the vendors that they are wanting to share your data with. And if you just scroll through it, again, who's got time to do all of this? But anyway, let's go and look at discuss. Discuss, if you gave them consent, would store the cookie for 365 days. So a whole year, they'll have potentially access to your cookie file where they can spy on you. That's what that is. And look, they're getting your IP address. I don't know what these are. Probabilistic identifiers. I mean, it's just garble. Who knows what any of this means? Device characteristics, privacy choices, and look at all of the cookies that can potentially get from you. Crazy, 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 crazy. So, like again, I wouldn't waste my time clicking into this website. So I'm just going to go back. It's not worth it. So the biggest problem with all of these websites is actually Google. Google is the cause of the problem because they are trying to advertise. They're making money from advertising and they are selling their adverts to all these different companies. And those companies are then sharing that information with all their partners. So Google is the thing that's causing the problem. So yeah, I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm going to search cookies here just for the fun of it. And let's find, those are pictures. Let's go to all. And let's find a website. Here we go. This one. This is a good one. Sally's Baking Addiction. Sally also has Manage Your Privacy. And look, she's trying to share your data with 130 of her partners. And this is all information that she's wanting to collect from you. So, and again, don't accept all. Go and look at what all of this information is, just to show you what it's going to be taken from you. And this is all a maximum of 365 days. But what are they taking? And if you scroll in, look at all of these vendors and okay, most of it is off. But again, why is it all off? That's a red flag. You'd think it would be on. It's all off. precise geolocation. Why on earth does Sally want to know my precise geolocation? And then why would she want to share that information with vendors? And look, yeah, this is actually on. Oh, I can't actually switch it off. No, you see, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, what I wanted to show you is I'm going to make a copy of the URL. Now, the solution to this problem, because you don't want to be visiting websites that have these pop-ups. So a solution is a browser called DuckDuckGo. And DuckDuckGo protects your privacy. That's what they're about. They don't believe in all of this tracking that takes place. So if I go into the settings of DuckDuckGo, the very first thing you see in the settings is private search enabled by default. Well, that's fantastic. Web tracking protection, absolutely. Cookie pop-up protection, absolutely. App tracking protection, absolutely. Email protection, well, I don't use email on any browser. I have an app and I only use that app and nothing else. So I'm not really worried about that. But all these other things is actually useful. And this one here called app tracking protection, once I installed it, it actually went through all the apps on my phone and said, these are the apps, and look, it said 147 apps are protected from hidden trackers who are trying to access your personal information. Now, I didn't even know this until I installed this app. Google isn't going to tell me that because they are the ones that are tracking you and all their partners. And it also shows you how many attempts that it's blocked and across what app. Like, yeah, this is X. So Mr. Elon Musk is loaded up with tracking things in the app. So, and again, you can see it's through Google. So this is a great app. Now watch here, when I paste in Sally's Chewy website, there's the website, and look at that. No pop-ups whatsoever. Now, this is the type of experience that I want when I visit a website. I don't want to be bombarded with privacy policies and whatnot and putting me on the spot to choose whether I want to accept policies or not. I just want to read the website. That's why I came here. So that's brilliant. Let's try another one. Let's go back to Chrome. And so I'm interested in this Waymo cars going around and around a traffic circle recently. So let's see what we can find. Waymo robots, no, Waymo got stuck here with this one. TechCrunch. So there is the annoying pop-up about privacy, accept or reject. I'm not even going to go and look because I don't care about that. So I'm just going to copy that URL and I'm going to go to DuckDuckGo. And the nice thing about DuckDuckGo as well, there's this little fire button here. I'll show it to you right here at the top. And when you tap on it, it says clear all tabs and data. Absolutely. And with a swish, everything is gone. All the data's gone. You don't have to go into your settings now and look for cookies or browser and delete all cookies. That little thing that it just did there cleared all the cookies if anything were saved. There shouldn't have been because it's all switched on. But it's one quick way of doing it, which no other browser that I've come across actually has something like that. So this is the Waymo robotaxi gets stuck around. So this is TechCrunch. I'm going to load it up. And you remember it brought up this big pop-up right from the beginning. And you can see it tried to load it, but DuckDuckGo actually prevented it. And look, there's the article. So this is a solution. If you don't want to see pop-ups or worry about cookies being downloaded to your phone or your browser, install DuckDuckGo. I mean, I'm not sponsored by DuckDuckGo, but it's a browser that I've been using for a long time because it offers premium privacy, and that's really what you want when you are surfing the internet. Anyway, let me know what you think about the video. If you have any comments, leave them below, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.